I would definitely expect more of a jungle or support lock-in on 2 rather than what we saw OMG do, which was just pick mid. I also would expect Viktor definitely more high prio for JDG rather than something like the Orianna.
You mentioned that would be a much better transition. Hope gets onto his Jinx. Guys, we're talking about this a little bit before. Both AD carries, huge fans of it. Hope is 4 wins, 1 loss, about a 13.5 KDA. Pretty sexy, if you ask me. So we get a strong AD carry. We also get the Viktor you're talking about instead of something like the Orianna. JDG, keep it tried and tested.
Now, for OMG, it's where they get to show the colors of their composition. You would expect for the Aphelios to be the answer to the Jinx on the opposite side.
Yeah.
And then I think you can once again just look to go. Oh, I was going to say look to go to a Thresh.
Is that Rell?
But OMG are feeling pressured.
Oh my God.
They're bringing out the picks. These are the OMG picks. Abel on the Samira. He got it once, and he absolutely took over. And we've already hit on Cold so far, 100% win rate on this champion so far. The split 2 games was his best champion last year as well.
Dude, that's what I want to see, because Abel and Cold had a bit of criticism in the bottom lane, but even last game, it was a much better result. It was a cleaner laning phase where Abel and Cold were playing on the aggressive part. So now, for Hope and Missing, it's going to be the Alistar from Missing. So we get a much different looking bottom lane. I assume, Lyric, Alistar's a response to the Rell coming in.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Even though I'm excited for what OMG have picked, I am extremely skeptical of it because you think about it, right? First of all, no real like innate synergy between how your mid and bottom lane want to play in terms of like, again, Corki functioning more as that long range poke. But even so, you just look at the enemy composition. Samira and Rell are jumping into Gravity Field,
yeah.
Chaos Storm. For Hope, he'll have the chompers to keep them away. He'll have a range advantage. Now adding the Alistar, being able to headbutt them away, it's like, I don't see how Rell and Samira will be able to get on top of JDG's backline.
Yeah.
And even if they then do that, how do they stick on it without getting blown up?
That's true. You need the resets from Samira in order to get out, because all the tools that you've mentioned for JDG to use are going to be so painful. So curious how this rounds up, Lyric. How do you, if you're OMG, because I know for JDG, we'll be like, okay, they need a jungler. They'll pick whatever's open. For OMG, how do you complete this composition now that you have a lot of all in?
I definitely think you need something that brings, again, stronger 5v5 in terms of your top lane. I was going to highlight the Kennen being something they could go towards. Even the Gragas being left open this time around, if you want to be like, hey, we want to separate their backline, try and give Abel an easy angle where he can try and get on someone and start getting those resets.
I also like that the jungle takeaway here feels relevant to your point as well. Aki on the Hecarim last game, although not the best performance, something else that would enable the engage and enable the space for Abel and Cole to play around.
Yeah, and it now gives their comp more dimensions, right? They already had a bit of turn coming out from the Alistar, but now just enabling themselves with even more engage coming out from the Hecarim. Yeah. And now for OMG, looks like they will be going Graves. We're going to see what their final lock-in will be. I'll be honest, I don't have a great guess, just for the fact that I think OMG's comp is already pretty disjointed and already looking quite rough into what JDG have brought together on the opposite side.
Trundle, okay. For Aki, this would be another piece of AD damage source, meaning that Creme is the only AP source on the team. So we get the Trundle jungle as a final lock-in.
Yeah, so now going to, again, bring a bit of displacement in terms of the pillar, be able to steal away some of those stats coming out from the Alistar and the Hecarim. Before the side of JDG, you keep it stock and standard and bring out the Kennen once again for 369. So obviously for JDG, incredibly strong 5v5, having a lot of those strong combinations in terms of ultimate. Missing, I think, will be allowed to play a lot more aggressive this game without being punished like he was last game, since he will have the Unbreakable on the Alistar.
Yeah, I mean, again, said 5v5 and I look at JDG's comp and I'm like, well, it's a clean composition. Return me back to OMG, because you already said it felt a bit disjointed as we started getting through the picks. Like the takeaway, the Kennen was big, even the Hecarim. What does this comp now aim to do?
I think specifically, right, you're just playing towards bot side. Yep. When I see Samira Rell on the Rift, especially with the amount of scaling on the opposite side, I'm just thinking, hey, you need to snowball, you need to get this lane ahead. We need to see Aki playing heavily towards that bottom side and, you know, creating space for his team. Even with Corki being able to roam down with your Valkyrie, player on those package timers. The only thing I'm curious about for OMG is how Shanji will pilot this. Graves. Yeah. I've seen Cajal raving about Hullbreaker up in the top side. We do not see it here in the LPL, but can we see it here today?
That's true. I mean, we did see... Can't remember what I was watching. I'll be honest. I've watched the co-stream in my time. I will dominate. You know, you drop Creme here and there. You feel good about the content being provided.
Oh, Hysterics coming in for the
cloud. Such a clout chaser, dude. All I want is gifted subs, man. I just want to walk into a Twitch stream and have a little icon next to my name. You know, I just want to run places. I forgot what we're talking about. Hey, JDG OMG is happening. And although I might be a little bit out of it, JDG today or not, I guarantee you JDG have put together a composition. There's lyrics already highlighted here in the 5v5s. It's going to suit what we've seen so far out of their winning streak. 3 wins in a row. They're 3-2 right now. They're on fire. OMG, 4-4. It's going a bit downhill, but Abel and Cole bringing out the specialty. That's what gets us excited. Now, Glacial Augment on the Rell lyric. So, Cold is going to be freezing as well as missing in the bottom lane.
Yeah, for JDG, I think their game plan is a lot, at least simpler in terms of, right? I feel like your bottom lane should be able to do fine on its own. Yagao will be able to farm against Creme, and heck, even should have pressure in that matchup like we've seen time and time again so far. Your range versus range in topside, so 369 not under too much threat unless dives are coming out from OMG. So for Kanavi, I think you are just looking to go with your full clear, play a bit more, not passively, but just reactively, right? Wait until OMG are looking to make the play and act accordingly.
Spot on a ward though, OMG going nice and frisky into the jungle on the top side. Also spotted out on the bottom side with this ward. So a lot of information now given over to JDG. Knowing their red's gone, Shanji walks through. Bit of a ward, but 369, I mean, this is for Graves. So half HP is the response. Shanji walking up, actually giving away the same trade in the end. So nothing more to say there. Engage in the bottom lane, but for now, it's just going to be missing who will be able to kill that up. Now, Lyric, as we see trades across the map, he did mention the Hull Breaker Graves. I'm curious. I'm curious if Shanji goes at this game because well, that'll be telling me that how does this team play differently with the Hull Breaker Graves? Like, does it change up the foundations of the composition for OMG?
Well, I think it would definitely set up for Shanji to play as that split pusher, right? Getting the bonus damage to structures, getting some magic resistant armor as well when he's by himself, and just playing that true 1-4 role. The thing is, the rest of your comp doesn't really function like that, right? Because Abel and Cold aren't the type of bottom lane on the Samira and Rell just want to sit mid and catch waves. They want to be looking for aggressive opportunities themselves.
I feel like we're going to be seeing a lot of aggressive opportunities in this game. Again, OMG to play towards bot side. That's what I was being told by you. Azaki is moving downhill, but Kanavi already in the enemy jungle. There was a deep ward placed by Aki, knowing that it's on red. But if our observer, I don't know if he's... no, he's not asleep. Okay. Aki now with a great pillar. Kanavi in a bit of trouble, but Ghost has popped. And Kanavi's just outie.
Kanavi going to be able to get out scot-free. Also, something to highlight is we didn't hit on runes. Aki taking lethal tempo this time around. You know, typically we do see the press the attack coming out.
Sure.
Definitely better in terms of just short burst and early ganks with the follow-up damage from your teammates, since press the attack does enable that. Lethal tempo, I think, being better in team fights and better in certain 1v1s in terms of the jungle role. So Aki going to be going towards that one. And he's already playing around towards the bottom side like we set up, right?
Yep.
Wanting to enable Abel and Cole to be able to play as aggressive as possible. They did get pushed in early on, so no real opportunities able to come out just yet.
And Kanavi on the other side of the map. Excuse me, before it wasn't a ghost, as highlighted, it was actually phase rush proc there with a quick rampage, and out he goes. So Ghost still up and available as Kanavi actually moves down once again. Aki going to be spotted out here. A level 4 Hecarim waiting in the looms.
Waiting in the wings?
Yeah, but the wing is something I always use. In the whims, in the...
No, I like womb. Yeah, waiting in the womb, but you know, he left the womb. He's now birthed. He's on the map.
We have all left the womb. Yeah, believe it or not. Actually, I don't know. You know, maybe someone could be test tube. That I think.
You know, well, no, someone could be listening, you know, in the room if someone would have headphones on their stomach if they're
new
pregnant.
Technology.
But you know what?
True.
There's a gank that's about to happen.
DJ.
Bring us to this gank. Okay. Bring us to this gank.
Well, 369's at half HP and getting out of that one before the jobs go down with it. That's a flash away from the pillar. 369 respecting Aki, and again, that's 2 makings he's made. Cold goes in. We've got the Attract and Repel once again, but Cole's a bit far forward. And once again for OMG's bottom lane, in a bit of trouble as Abel has hit S-Rank and now at his full potential. Kanavi, though, in the right place at the right time. The crash down means nothing as he's sent packing. Kanavi with first blood yet again.
Nice answer by JDG. It goes back to what we were hitting on, right? Wait for OMG to make those aggressive moves that they need to make. Answer accordingly on the map where you can. Was already around this bottom side. Looks to punish. When OMG, they're trying to play aggressive on both sides of the map. They get the gank top. They're bot lane trying to find the 2v2 engage at the same time. And they get punished for it. Abel being denied a massive wave right now.
Yep.
We'll be able to pick up some.
It's happened before. OMG's bottom lane is the lane that can win the laning phase or absolutely lose by it. You and I showing clips at the start where Cold goes too deep, pays for it with his life. Once again, we see that. No summoners available for the support that can be very dangerous by his own fingers.
And we're going to get a pro view of Missing coming in. I think he did play this quite well, popping the E right away, knocking away Abel, and then flashing onto Cold. Gets the knock up as well as the stun. Abel trying to capitalize. Did go immediately on the hope, but you highlighted Kanavi was here, ready to capitalize on the aggression coming out from OMG. Missing. Phenomenal job.
Yeah, I was surprised to see the missing pro view in the end. Would have been interesting to see Colts. Kanavi's now back on the top side. Now, Bear Milk Tea, Shanji is level 6. Flash and collateral damage available, but 369 has his own. And for Shanji, as he flashes away, that ulti's in his pocket, but Kanavi spins a couple of times, and Aki here saved the day. That's an ultimate used as well, but Aki actually only level 4. He's the level behind Kanavi again, and I thought I saw the ultimate from the Trundle. Excuse me, there was no such thing. JDG again, forcing out yet another player in Kanavi, really being king of the jungle. Aki has to flash. He walked back in for that.
Yeah, Aki greeting for that Scuttle Crab. Initially, it was just a nice answer by JDG, getting a flashback top after 369 had lost his flash from the previous gank that Aki pulled off. And Aki now getting a little bit too far ahead of himself, having to flash out immediately as Cold engages.
That's a crash down again. The traps are placed onto Abel. Missing goes in. OMG, why are you doing this again? Cold at half HP, and they have just been defeated in Mortal Kombat.
And it goes back to Champion Select, where we were excited to see this bottom lane duo. I didn't see how it worked out in terms of practicality. OMG, they're continuously looking. They know they want to and need to get ahead in this matchup, but they're just setting themselves further and further behind in a hole.
Well, look at Aki. He has no flash. Why does he have no flash? Because he wanted to try and smite that Scuttle Crab. A 3-0 start for JDG and Lyric. Last game, it was very progressional with the gold lead. Now, it's like you've walked into McDonald's and you've ordered the whole menu.
Yeah, we see Abel going in, gets the stun down coming out from the Rell, but then you're left with nowhere to go. I liked that Missing was playing off to the side. It made Abel and Cole realize, hey, we probably need to back off here. Hope, put the choppers down. It's like, hey, Abel, you have nowhere to go. You are just dead.
And Herald's up. 8 minutes, 10 seconds on the board. Creme without a package. He has no TP either, so he has to go back and get the package now as he walks up just to spot it. Cold's actually making the move as well. Missing doing the same thing, but he has Boots of Swiftness, so he's going to be there first. OMG, as they clear out wards, just note that Kanavi has gone back to base as Aki will start the Herald for now.
Kanavi going back for that Bomby Cinder, wanting to give himself a bit of power. I wonder if JDG are just going to push out mid and then look to contest, but no, looks like Missing is heading back down towards spot with the fact that Shanji did have push in top side as well. It just allows for OMG to get a bit of a reprieve by picking up that Herald.
Lyric, that's what they need. They need something, dude. Look at the goal. Everyone, I don't know, if everyone can see the screen, they can see what's going on. They know that JDG are ahead by too much gold here in an early game where Creme, does he have package available? Yes, he does. He'll use it to get out of there after the Chaos Storm was placed down. JDG has just taken everything. Kanavi going in for a smite fight over the Raptors. There's a dragon in front of him as well. And OMG's bottom lane, this is the lane you said OMG need to get ahead. OMG's bottom lane is the opposite.
JDG did a great job of quickly realizing, hey, we can't contest the Rift Herald. Let's just get Deep Vision placed down on this bottom side. And they're capitalizing accordingly, stealing away red buff, making Abel and Cold even more nervous to try to contest the wave in this bottom side. And now it looks like Kanavi going to just start the dragon outright. Neither top laner does have TP. Looks like Creme finally going through a bit of a reset, so OMG shouldn't be able to answer.
And the first dragon as well. It's just another thing that JDG can take away. Now, Herald was picked up by Arky. We're still waiting to see that place down with OMG's lack of gold in this game. That'll give them some reprieve. But Lyric, I'm going to ask you as Kanavi clears away the dragon and looks to be heading back. What do you do with the Herald? Is it just a case of, okay, let's try for bot part 3?
I feel like you're in a really rough position because obviously it'd be nice to get that gold funneled on the Samira. I think even breaking down mid feels quite nice when you are this pretty short-range composition other than the Corki, and the enemy side does have so much wave clear. I don't know without Heralds if you will have opportunities to be able to break that one down without it. But your only winning lane so far has been top. Like, sure, Shanji's not really ahead in terms of CS, but he's been able to keep up the pressure and keep up that push. So that might just by default be the only place that Aki can look.
Yeah, well, Aki's there for now. And, you know, I'm glad you mentioned that because, yeah, Shanji's been pretty clean around this game. Not the Malphite AP that we saw in game number 1 as Aki just ignores us. Lyric, he's dropping it mid. TP's going to come through, but hang on, with this Herald placement, the eye's been hit. I'm not sure that this is what we call a good Herald.
No. It just gets worse and worse for OMG as time goes on. That's that one just hurts. That one just feels bad. Even looking at the OMG cams, how discouraged they look.
Well, we're only human, you know. Errors have been made. 30 CS down in the jungle, by the way. Herald getting nothing for mid. Yagao continues with his 10 CS lead. Bot has a 10 CS lead as well, and note the kill on top of Hope's Jinx. Hope's Jinx right now, 4 wins, 1 loss. Importantly enough, there's about a 13.5 KDA. Big numbers for a big man who's come into a big team. And for JDG, a big series to state that they are back, baby, as Shanji flushes away from the slicing maelstrom, but the horse comes in. Of course, Shanji down with the smoke screen, but after the smoke clears, it's only pools of blood laid out against OMG.
Nice job punishing Shanji in the top side. I mean, it was very cheeky, right? 369 sitting in that brush for such a long time to be able to find the opportunity to look for that kill. Now 4-0 start on the side of JDG. We're still 3 minutes away from Dragon coming up, which JDG can look to do what they did last game of just stacking these ones up quite easily with the advantage that their bottom lane has been able to keep. Now I feel like the ball is Creme.
Yeah, he's going in against the Chaos Storm. Yagao has a bit of mana, but it's Hexdrinker that gets popped away. Still, Creme doesn't die, so can't critique him for that. And for Yagao, he'll get to stay in the way for the time being as 369, without an ulti, without a flash, is flashed on by Arky. He's stunned up, but the ultimate used once again. The Trundle very upset, and lethal tempo now used, but stunned up. Hang on! Kanavi in for the rescue! Kanavi, one of the boys, smoke screen, doesn't kill 369! Shanji has no ultimate, and Kanavi is a bro for life.
Kanavi is the lord and savior for 369. Even Shanji, no collateral damage to finish off 369 in the end. He gets away with it.
Pure pain. Any OMG fan out in the audience might be having an aneurysm.
No.
Okay.
No. You don't need to be an OMG fan to be for this to be hard to watch.
You be empathetic. You be sympathetic towards any League of Legends. Here's the replay, guys. And 369 should have died.
Yeah, I mean, for Aki, shows after the E is used, makes a lot of sense. Falls in, popped his ult, pretty much hits every ability. Clutch for 369 to be able to proc another stun and allow Kanavi to come in. And like I said, for Shanji, doesn't have the ultimate. If you had the ultimate right, at least you could finish off 369 there. You aren't able to, so Kanavi able to finish off that kill and back off. And we pan back to Hope and Missing, just punishing Cold and Able in this bottom side. Plates are down now, so at least they're not going to be able to keep cashing in from the OMG bank.
Well, interest rates are low at the moment, aren't they? JDG, they keep borrowing money, and interest rates are pretty much 1-to-1. To be fair, that's also true. Shanji under turret deals with an electrocute cannon, and you know what? He has ulti, so under the turret, 369 says, "Let's go!" Doesn't care if he dies. He'll give over a bounty, which is worth for OMG, as the Hull Breaker Graves might finally be able to get something back.
Okay, so we do finally get to see the Hull Breaker come out, but it looks like we might get a bit of a fight here. Cold Cold's angling for it, but it seems like they come to the...
Hello.
Oh, JDG!
Oh my god, it is Obi-Wan Kenobi. Hello there. Kanavi, right in with the ulti. Two-man knock up. The pulverize, beautiful. Now Aki about to step on a trap, but Abel hits the ulti. S-rank again, going to spin, but Abel just needs to hit it, but missing won't let him. Hope with a gorgeous flash over the wall, and Obi-Wan always wins.
Obi-Wan coming out ahead in the end. Perfect timing as well with Dragon coming up shortly. Actually, it's up now. Neither jungler down, though. JDG's bot lane will need to go for the resets before they come back out on the map. We're going to get a replay here. We thought OMG were looking for it. Instead, it's missing in Kanavi, who used the blast plant to go over. Instantly, though, immediately they get locked down by Cold. They are still able to get some good damage down. We see Abel getting knocked away by the Alistar, which means he has to flash in to find this. Then he's left in a 2v1. The stun by missing coming out at the perfect time, and a nice flash by Hope to guarantee killing that he doesn't go down himself.
And you know what? If there wasn't a goal gap there, I think Abel would have been able to clean that fight up for OMG, bring them back to a comfortable position. A shame there when you see such a good Inferno trigger, but not meant to be. Is Creme now with the package in front of a Chaos Storm. Yagao takes a brutal chunk of damage, but so does Creme. Over the wall, he disappears, but JDG have got what they come for, which is the Dragon, which might even be mid. Abel, no. Oh, no, he cleanses away. Death Rocket blocked away by a circular wind wall. He's lucky to live, but the turret might not say the same.
We do get an objective trade coming out on the map, though, right? We see Dragon going over the side of JDG, and now the Herald picked up for Aki. It makes sense for him to drop it topside. You have the Hullbreaker Grave, so we know it's going to be a lot more about the split push coming out from Shanji. It does buff up Kennen minions as well. It's just, you know, the extra damage you yourself are doing, the extra resistance you yourself get as well. You don't get that when your ally is around, though.
Look.
So 369 trying to get a bit of damage down.
Hope and Missing walking up as well, Lyric. So not just about the chat energy that he exudes this game. A 6k gold lead still there after the catch-up gold on that first turret for OMG in the top side. JDG, meanwhile, busted open the mid lane turret, so they got first turret blood, I believe. Yagao setting up for a second turret down in the bottom lane as well. He's got a full mana bar. That was a weird death ray, but still, he'll be able to get this. And Lyric, 2 dragons under their belt. A lot of energy right now going into JDG. A bounty on a Viktor that's 174 CS with 0 kills. I think at this point you can start saying things like JDG are back, you know?
100%. JDG have been looking on form in their past few series. They've had some easier opponents, but OMG, we hit on at the start of the day, is a pretty good litmus test for where do you stack relatively to the middle of the pack. And so far, just coming out in spades. I would expect them now to start playing more towards that top side. The top lane outer turret is the only one they haven't gotten so far, so continuously pushing in mid with Hope and Missing, since you will have that range advantage over the Samira, and then leaning up towards the top side so 369 can have pressure to take that turret.
And I think as well, just coming back to a bit of narrative here, everyone loves storytelling. Everyone loves being ready to, whether you're 40 years old or 400. JDG are a team that I was so disappointed by last year, and even at the start of the split, and I put no faith in, is Shanji in a bit of trouble here. Hullbreaker not going to be activated because Aki's now joining the play. Pillar's out on top of Yagao, but that's just to stop them chasing any further. TP being burnt. This is 369. He wants to angle in. Missing's even walking down too, but I think that's the end of it. Lyric, forget what I was just saying, because I want to say that Kanavi is the lifeblood of this team, and when Kanavi does well, it feels like the whole of JDG do well.
And it's always felt that way, right? Kanavi, for a long time, on the more passive end of junglers. So I'm going to pause. JDG trying to set up for this dive onto Shanji.
369 has flash, and as a Kennen, you can just feel it. Feel the lightning coming through your bones. You do role play when you play this champion. Missing as well. A big piece of beef slapped on the plate, but they don't know if it's poisoned or not, and you know what it is. Cole just gets neutralized, and Kanavi on top of a man with a light gun. JDG now have another target. It's Creme, and one by one they're taken down. OMG, standing in front of a turret. Guys, type it in, /FF, it's over.
OMG pretty much have a man advantage with the fact that they have a turret there themselves. They anticipate the play. They come in, but Missing is just so tanky. tanking that turret for days. This should be an inhibitor for the side of JDG. Still 15 seconds on other members. No, they're just going to back off.
Dude, it's 14 kills.
Instead, valuing tempo towards the top, towards, you know, resets coming out for the top side.
Lyric, it's 10k gold lead at 19 minutes. And JDG just had so much fun under the turret sub.
Yeah, OMG think they can hold the 3-man. Abel actually started to walk away, but that damage coming out from 369 and Yagao was huge. Kanavi able to keep following forward, and then Missing. I mean, Missing can just tank this for days. At this point, you're in a 5v3 scenario, so even that turret not meaning too much. We see Abel trying to bring down Hope, but Yagao positioned well next to him, so a bit of a flop from him. Now, we're definitely going to be looking up towards this Baron.
Yep.
I don't know if it should be a question which team should pick up any objective that comes up when we have this big of a lead, though.
Yeah. At this point, you know, we just... Okay, well... Creme! Forget the point. Rocket! No, it doesn't matter. Kanavi going to swing, and he doesn't have flash, so Creme will get the advantage for now, but Kanavi's just going to run him down. The king of the jungle literally returns in front of our eyes. Guys, it's been a while, but Kanavi is back.
Kanavi is just powering through the side of OMG. Dragon gonna be up in about 15 seconds. This will be one for the side of JDG. Now the only question in my mind, right, is how loose JDG feeling? Are they feeling cheeky in terms of you know, flipping some Barons?
Well, I guess we'll find out, won't we? Are they the team to... actually, what am I even asking? Of course. Kanavi with his smites, and even the last series, despite JDG going well, has been pretty good as Aki the next target. That's a 3-man unstoppable onslaught. And taken to Pound Town is cold. Gets knocked up, sent away. Inferno trigger from Abel means nothing. A triple kill for JDG as the new AD carry is on the moments, on the grasp of a Penta. Give it to him. Creme, a quadra kill there for Hope. Missing, helps him stick around. Shanji there too. Penta kill!
Amazing to see coming out from Hope. They walk forward. They are just manhandling the side of OMG. They're going to be able to convert this into a Baron. They're going to slowly be able to convert this into the rest of the map. And it is just so great to see another team come online, another team be competitive, and Hope finally getting a starting spot in the LPL when he's deserved it the whole time. But we're going to go into the replay. I'm not quite sure why OMG are even here. They know they can't contest. Their mid laner was dead. Their top laner was on a reset. They're still posturing, just kind of staring at the dragon. Allows for JDG to run forward. At this point, Creme just trying to get more damage down. Missing waiting in the wings, and JDG just waiting to set Hope up beautifully for this pentakill.
Oh man, what a welcome party here for Hope. Lyric, our segment was about pre-Hope and post-Hope. Now that they have Hope, JDG have literally run with it. 15k gold lead, a pentakill on the 10-0-2 Jinx AD carry. And guys, you know it was already over. It's doubly over. It's triply over. I don't know. We got 20 kills versus 2. This is like challenger team versus people who just got to level 30.
I'm just saying, in Avatar The Last Airbender, Fire Lord Ozai said, "We have to crush their hope." I feel like the same quote stands true for OMG today. Why did they not watch more Avatar The Last Airbender?
I don't know, dude. It's a great question. Now I'm going to Google Avatar Last Airbender quotes, bring them out in the next cast as well. Sounds like a great way to go. It's been a while since I've seen that show, honestly. And I will just say that for JDG, like in this game, there is so much room for praise at this point. I'm glad you quote Avatar Last Airbender. I watched The Notebook last night for the first time. I can't remember any of the quotes, but I cried at the end. You know, you guys know what happens here. I'm sure people have seen The Notebook. Point being,
We've all seen The Notebook.
you know, you could cry. And seeing JDG return to this form, it's breathtaking when it's taken 2 years for JDG to ramp back up again, and they'll take this series with a 2-0 momentarily. Even now as Kanavi goes into the back line again, looking for Abel, slicing Maelstrom to burn the heavens. And Hope now arguing with Cold, but unfortunately Cold just didn't have much to say. Creme is next on the menu, boys, and JDG make it look so damn easy. Run him at Aki in the base, 369, laughing at him too. Lyric, JDG are back. A 4-win streak running towards the middle of the LPL season. 4-2 with another 2-0 under their belt. Jing Dong Gaming are really showing us what it means to be a domestic champion and rising back to that form.
And it's really hard to find something to criticize JDG for in this game, right? I mean, they only gave up 2 kills. They only gave up 1 singular turret. This time around, missing playing pivotal role. We saw their bot lane overall just completely decimating Abel and Cold on their key picks. Kanavi was answering every play that OMG tried to make beautifully, which was one of the win conditions we set out for him, right? It's like, hey, you could let OMG be the aggressors. You can let them try and make their own mistakes because they